Oh, wait, slight technical trouble.
Uh-oh.
Oh boy. Oh, hold on one second.
I saw Breadpan's timer start.
And Brass is just going.
I wonder if it was a problem with Breadpan's OBS.
You know, technically they both started on time for themselves. I guess that should be fine.
Yeah,
Alright.
we're just gonna be, Oh, this is a good solution.
Yeah, he's just gonna pause Brass's feed for a while till he gets there. Anyway, let's get this show on the road. So a little bit about Specter's movement. You can see Breadpan still climbing around. He has the ability to scale walls, he can jump off of walls, and whenever there is an attackable object nearby, he gets a dash reticle that he can fly to enemies and lanterns from.
Yeah, it's really interesting movement options, because like when Plague Knight came out, it was all about free movement, whereas this kind of restricted the movement, so you have to be really creative with how you go about it.
Yeah, I would say that Plague Knight has the faster base toolkit, but Specter definitely catches up and then some.
Absolutely.
Nice, they're about even now. That's perfect. So Plains is a really basic stage, and one thing that I really like about Plains is that as an intro stage to not only teach you how Specter moves, the speedrun actually gets into subtle tricks here and there that kind of get you into what the meta is like. So you can see the Brass already picked up the Willful Wisp. Wisps are in every stage. There are also Darkness Wisps, and collecting them permanently increases your max health. Darkness Wisps increase your max mana, and we're going to see the runners take varying degrees of safety moments, extra money, extra skulls, extra health like that.
Yeah, it's definitely more optimal to just skip all the upgrades, but it definitely makes it safer, especially for a couple bosses like Black Knight and Phantom Striker.
Oh my goodness! So Breadpan actually getting some terrible RNG there. Yeah, it's not really super important, but so slimes are one of the most RNG heavy enemy in the game, and he was hoping to get a damage boost to get him through that screen. They were nowhere to be found, so he just kind of stood there waiting for one. But anyway, here's Black Knight, and as you can see, there's a pretty consistent stun lock on him. Brass and Breadpan, both well-versed to finish the job, no problem. You just have to, it's a little spacing dependent. You don't want to let him out of the corner, otherwise the fight gets really out of hand.
Nice, they both got it perfectly.
And now they'll both be heading straight through the lobby. This is the hub where Specter is going to visit after every stage. You have an opportunity to use the skulls that they've been collecting to turn in for weapons. There's a couple vendors in here for armor, health, and weapon upgrades. I'm going to tell them a little bit about how the map select works and why they're going to the flying machine.
They're going to the flying machine because it's everybody's favorite stage.
Of course.
Well, for beating the flying machine, you get his upgrade called the Judgment Rush, which lets you home onto enemies and can also skip through walls. So it's probably his most important upgrade in the speedrun.
Yeah, Judgment Rush is by far the most useful movement-based curio, and since Spectre doesn't have a terribly difficult time killing bosses and enemies, it's more important to focus on the speed that we can get as early as possible.
We're also going to be seeing them break a bunch of checkpoints to get a bunch of money. That way they can get the rail mail, which lets them go very fast.
Yeah, the rail mail is It's an armor that allows you to grind everywhere. That's normally a function reserved for 2 stages, but it's incredibly useful. It also has the nice benefit of allowing runners to move over spikes safely. They're both coming up on the Dinghy Dropper now. This mini-boss has 14 hits, and let's see if they can reflect the bombs back at him. Breadpan doing a very good job. Wow, nice.
Oh,
That's
nice.
actually a great fight. Brass missing only 1 hit, not bad.
Both got a pretty good fight.
Ooh, and they're both breaking that checkpoint there. That's super scary, actually. Oh, calm down there, Brass.
Yeah, the auto-scroller's coming up, so if they die later, they're gonna have to take a long time to get back.
I'm not sure if they're gonna break the 750 checkpoint after the auto-scroller, or if they're gonna hold off and get something else. They do need 8,400 gold minimum by the time they beat this stage. The boss offers 3,000, which is really, really nice. Oh, Brass going for some extra swag. God help me. I know I do this stuff all the time, but like, I don't like watching other people do it at all.
Yeah, and I know how I feel when I watch your stream.
I'm so sorry. So the nice thing about the auto-scrollers is it's actually a decent chance to kind of like mentally relax. It's a pretty intense game. There's not really any chance to breathe or collect yourself. Breadpan does break the 750 checkpoint. There are some opportunities to die if he's not careful, so I really hope that they have precaution coming up. So yeah, the fan cycle there, not great. These are global cycles here. Brass actually slipped on by, no problem. Breadpan had to wait a moment. They're both coming up on the long jellyfish room. This room actually has a couple alternate strats here. Ooh, neither
Brass
of them...
tried to get the fast strat, but kind of missed the onion.
Yeah, it's a pretty tricky strat, but it's certainly less terrifying than the alternate strat. We're not... Imagine it. Oh god,
Oh.
Brass! Oh no, Brass!
Oh my god!
God, oh, this stage. Fun for the whole family. Those are Jawas. They deal, oh my god, a full heart of damage. And they blow you around. They can easily knock you into a pit.
I have lost so many runs to them.
He missed a pink gem there. He does have he actually has enough money right now, but that is... Oh, Breadpan, please!
I just did that last night.
Alright, Propeller Knight deals a full heart of damage with each lunge and is forced to move after every swing, so it's incredibly difficult to stay on top of him. Let's see how the runners handle it. Already broke the floor on Brass's screen. Breadpan dealing with phase 1. 2 hearts left on Brass. Can he finish the job? 1 heart left. That head fan deals a heart and a half. Get up. Ooh, Breadpan doing good stuff. Oh, nice.
Oh,
Before, yeah, before Propeller got away there. Oh, Breadpan, come on.
Man, Breadpan's getting some unlucky movement.
Yeah, you really don't want the fight to drag on. The platform just gets much, like the arena just becomes unusable after a certain point.
So now we're gonna see Brass get the Judgment Rush.
Yeah, you have to do these small dungeons here. It's the tutorial to teach you how to use it. You're not allowed to use your scythe or any other weapons while you're here. And then he'll make a small trip over to Manny. You have to pay 800 gold 3 times to wake him up. This will unlock the armor vendor, and then you can purchase each armor for about 6,000 gold, which is all we need for the rail mail.
And he didn't pause during the menuing, which is always good to see.
Optimal. Breadpan having a bit of trouble on my feed, stream-wise, but Brass has made his way into the Explodatorium for now. The stage is particularly dangerous because, similar to the flying machine, there's also a bunch of global cycles to have to worry about. There's a lot of lethal hazards here, and you'll notice that there's also these green pipes. These are actually a unique aesthetic for the stage, but every stage has their own indicator for an unclimbable wall surface. That'll make it very difficult to navigate through certain areas because you can't use some of Specter's better movement abilities.
Yeah, and the reason he's going here now is because this is going to unlock the Bounding Soul, which is the main item he's going to be using to fight bosses.
He is slightly behind on that first cycle, and he's also going to be caught up a little bit on the second one. Not too bad, though. Breadpan looks like, yeah. He looks like he's made it pretty far into the stage as well. That's good to see. I don't blame either one of them for taking any of these rooms carefully. Rat explosions will deal a full heart of damage. Pot lids will deal a heart and a half. These flasks that are flying around will also deal a full heart of damage. Breadpan doing really good. Oh, he actually. Oh, I'm glad he waited, but he actually would have. Oh, he went over the top. Very good. So.
I didn't know you could do that.
Yeah, there's a couple of weak ceilings in the game. Taiwan actually found that one. Taiwan Ninja. There's another one we're gonna see that everyone knows about in Clockwork Tower, but very good on Breadpan for knowing that one. Ooh, that's dangerous there. Something I was mentioning earlier to Eric is that if you are grinding out of your invincibility frames from a recent hit and you happen to bonk like that, it actually removes the remaining invincibility frames you have. So you could easily end up dealing a ton of damage to yourself very quickly.
Breadpan's been taking it real slow, which is going to mess him up with the cycles, but I don't blame him at all on this stage.
We missed it on Brass's screen, but Breadpan is coming up on the Alchemeister. He's actually trying to break this checkpoint here. All the money helps, I suppose, and this is not a terribly difficult boss, especially because with just Specter's basic toolkit, you can't actually one-cycle the Alchemeister, but you do have to fight him against this current. The room is extremely difficult to deal with. You got anything to say about Plague Knight, your good friend?
So Plague Knight's really interesting because like he makes clones of himself, which I wish I could do when I run him. But anyway, so he's gonna be jumping around, doing all these bombs, making obstacles. It's really tough to figure out where. Oh wow,
That wasn't bad at all.
Got real lucky with Plague Knight spawning right in front of him. He could be any one of those three.
Yeah, he can be any one of the clones, and he can be anywhere on the screen.
Now Breadpan's going to be taking a shot at him.
Breadpan actually has quite a lot of money now. I really hope that he has Plague Knight down. There's typically a lot of damage boosting on this fight. Brass in the first memory sequence here, the Memory of Adventure, is similar to Shovel Knight's stream sequences, where you can get a lot of money, but instead of playing as Spectre, you're playing as Donovan. Controls exactly the same, but you don't have access to any of your weapons or any of your armor, just your health and mana upgrades.
You've also got your good buddy Luan, who's going to be acting like a lantern the whole time.
Yeah, Luan is usually pretty good about getting to where he needs to be. Now, there is a weapon specifically for Donovan available in this stage, but runners will not be picking it up on the first memory. It takes a little too much time to actually go and grab it.
Now Breadpan's coming up on the memory.
And for completing the Explodatorium, he has unlocked the ability to purchase the Bounding Soul from Red. This weapon, you are allowed a maximum of 2 on the screen, and they move at 45-degree angles. They do not pierce through enemies. However, after the next stage, we will be changing all of that with our upgrade vendor. But for now, Bress has to go into the Lost City with the basic uncooked meatball, as it appears to be.
Okay, so they both grabbed that extra money in the memory, which is probably a good idea.
Yeah, I entirely agree with that decision.
And Breadpan's going for the chest as well.
I really hope that he doesn't end up needing that extra money. Spills in Lost City can be extremely dangerous.
Yeah, there's a couple spots where if you fall into the lava, you're not getting your money back.
Oh yeah, that happened to you last night.
Sure did.
I'm so sorry. Anyway, this stage is quite a few unique hazards, the gooey slime blocks being one of them. They repel Spectre quite a lot, so finding ways to negate that repulsion is extremely important to him. Oh, Brass! Okay, Steve is helping him out, thank God. That was a little terrifying. Jesus Christ. Oh, hey, Breadpan actually got 7,000. He's upgrading the basketball right now. Interesting.
Oh, wow.
I don't blame him. Gets it out of the way. He no longer has to worry about it.
Oh, no!
Okay, the checkpoint is right in that room. He only needs 5,000 by the time he beats the stage, so I hope he knows that and that he doesn't really try to get too much of that money back if it's not gonna... Okay.
He'll be fine.
And he doesn't miss too many lantern cycles doing that either.
Yeah, it looked like he was trying to line up perfectly with the very left side so he could get the max jump and just missed.
Interesting. Breadpan actually went to the Iron Whale instead of the Lost City, but that's also fine. This stage you would normally do after Lost City, and you would want to do it with the upgraded Bounding Soul. So he is properly equipped to do this stage. I wonder if he just wants to do Lost City with more magic.
The nice thing about Specter Knight is it really doesn't matter what order you do everything in. Once you have your upgrade, it's just either preference or being optimal.
That was a little scary for Brass. It's a good thing he had enough mana for that. So, Judgment Rush, when there is no enemy in the room, you can use it to do a dry stall in the air, and that actually allows you to reset your climb. Normally, jumping off of walls pushes you very far away. So by using a Judgment Rush, you actually prevent all of that movement away from the wall, and you can keep climbing it.
This room coming up is so scary.
Oh my god! He actually went for that. So by recoiling off the slime block, but then immediately catching himself with the lantern, he was able to save himself from being pushed into the lava.
And Breadpan's coming up on everybody's favorite mini-boss. And he's doing the thing.
That's bad juju. Quickly on Brass, he's fighting Mole Knight, trying to get some double hits as he passes by, hoping that he can kill him before he digs underground. That's not too bad. And then Breadpan doing the 420 fish mini-boss here. He's trying to get those basketballs to actually hit the lantern. He missed quite a few shots. That's not incredible. Let's see if he can get... Oh, there we go. He does still get the one cycle.
Anytime you get to one cycle, it's a win in my book.
Yeah. Ah, okay. He didn't even want to deal with that. I can't even remember the name of that enemy. It's it just launching those light balls. You're supposed to use those. You're supposed to use one of those as a means of climbing up to that room.
Is this New Game Plus?
Almost. Breadpan is entering the dreaded Bertha room. This enemy will deal 2 full hearts of damage with any physical contact, so you gotta be careful. And Spectre can only kill it with a weapon that they will not be getting on this run, or if he's very lucky. Oh, nice! An anchor did drop straight down on Bertha.
He gave her a kiss and then she died.
Perfect. Let's see if Brass can get this Reese kill. He actually is doing pretty good here. As you can see, the upgraded Bounding Soul, you can actually have 4 on the screen, and they pierce now. Extremely powerful weapon. Does take more skill to use. You actually have to understand a lot more about boss fights than with the Skeletal Sentry, which is a little more set and forget, but consistency is far more important in my opinion. Breadpan on Treasure Knight now. Let's see if he knows the quick kill here. 2, 3, 4. He still got some good damage there. A little reserved with his basketball shots.
Not bad.
Yeah, not a bad kill at all. So now Brass is in the Iron Whale, and this stage does have quite a number of dangerous tricks, as you might have seen Breadpan going through quickly. Let's see if he can get... Oh, he's not even going for it. I don't blame him for that either. You can skate into that room and get a damage boost off of one of the snails, but you have to fly over an open pit to do so. You could easily mistime your dash attack and fall to your death. Ah, he decided to go with the Judgment Rush.
I love that Judgment Rush. It just looks nice.
He's good. So Judgment Rush has some interesting AI. It tries to target the enemy that is closest to you. However, if it would put Spectre somewhere he can't physically exist, say a too cramped of a room, the game will not allow him to target that enemy, instead choosing someone else.
So now Breadpan's coming up on Reese.
Interesting intro. He actually did get some good damage in on him. Reese does like to teleport around a lot. You want to make sure that you kill him before he teleports too many times, otherwise he will disappear for about 10 to 12 seconds. Ooh, very nice. One of the great properties of the Bounding Soul is that you can actually reflect it with your sight, so there is a way to dribble your basketballs here and get some incredible damage on bosses and enemies.
I think we forgot to explain, we call this guy 420 fish because he oftentimes gets just way too high for you to hit.
Yeah, as you can see, he's not really... Oh, he does get the one cycle. Okay, that was a little terrifying there. It's extremely difficult for all of the knight characters to deal with 420 fish when he's so high up in the air. Breadpan being a little cautious in the Lost City. Don't blame him. Plenty of lava to accidentally just slip right into. Now Brass in the birth room. Let's see how he handles this. Don't give her a smooch.
Oh man, she wanted it. Oh,
Okay,
nice.
good. Yeah, Brass has a family to feed. He can't afford to die. Breadpan does handle Beetle 1 just fine. That was a little scary, Brass.
He's gonna take this room pretty slow.
Breadpan making it halfway through Lost City now. No deaths, no spaghetti. Good reflex. Ooh, ooh. Not a bad kill at all, and Breadpan was kind of terrifying me there. Because Specter actually breaks floor with his feet whenever he jumps, that room is particularly dangerous. You could easily end up forgetting such a fact, jumping and then falling straight into lava. I've done that before.
I've definitely done that before. And he actually just scared me right there, because he was like about to go into that dangerous spot, and then he changed his mind and went back and grabbed the checkpoint.
It's a little optimal to slide there, even though you can just walk. I do that too.
So now Brass is in the Lich Yard. This stage can be a little troublesome for the Skeleton Sentry runners because they actually have to go out of their way, get a lot more money, and pick up skulls in this stage for their weapon. But both of these runners using Bounding Soul means they can actually kind of cruise on by. Not only that, but they have more darkness than usually you would see in this stage. You can do the stage with 2 darkness though, and pretty easily. So having that 3rd darkness does allow for some safety, some goofs. Good kill on Mole. He does get him before he goes into his green slime phase.
Yeah, and Breadpan, his solution to the green block room was to do dry rushes instead of bouncing off the lantern, which is a lot safer.
I miss those days when that's all we knew. Although the Lich Yard is Spectre's stage in Shovels and Plagues campaign, playing as Spectre, you will not be fighting a Spectre. Although that would be pretty interesting. Brass going through the Dark Room, opening with a Judgment Rush, taking the top route. Oh, he goes for the down-up dash. That's a little scary, slightly faster. Saving every single frame. I'm proud of these guys.
Shout out to Tolu.
Shoutouts to the anime master.
So, we're gonna see if BrassWolf can get some pretty good dribbles in this fight.
That cramped space is perfect for launching as many basketballs as you can. He does get good
dear.
reflex. Ooh, he almost pushed him. Okay, so bosses do have a desperation move AI. When they get on low health, they will start triggering different sets of abilities. You can actually get Phantom Striker to only have to teleport once, but that is extremely difficult. He did, however, manage to take out half his health on that first pass.
It wasn't a bad fight.
No, not at all.
It's just unfortunate he didn't get the 1 cycle.
No, that 1 cycle is incredibly difficult. I still screw that up. Coming into the second memory, Luan is giving you the caltrops that were present in the first memory for free now. Will he go? Will he go?
Luan, go.
Go, Luan, go. Come on, man. Think of your kid.
Let's go!
Oh, he's going! Yes!
Thank you, Luan.
Oh, that was a little scary there. So, the caltrops that Luan gave Brass here, you can chuck them as a projectile. They do a half heart, but they do come out really quickly. It's extremely useful for them. You can have 2 out on the floor at a time. You can also use them to kind of nudge enemies out of your way, which is great for getting around through this stage. Breadpan having a little bit of trouble streaming again. There he is. Wonderful. And he's up against Phantom Striker now. Meanwhile, Brass is coming up on Shield Knight. Why don't you tell me about our great friend?
Oh, what can I say about Shield Knight?
She's garbage.
So, you want to throw caltrops at her to get her to run over them. Unfortunately, when she's charging at you, she destroys them, so that's real great.
Yeah, you have to space your, oh my goodness, and giving the business end of the stick here to Brass.
Oh no. Please,
okay. Okay. So yeah, Shield Knight does have a small shield on her other hand that she can throw around. That's later into the fight. That was getting in the way quite a lot for Brass. And caltrops must be fully resting for Shield Knight to even walk over them. So long as her shield is up, it's incredibly difficult to get her from the front at all.
Bye, Luan.
Luan for kill. So Brass does have an extra 4,000 right now, but he cannot purchase another Darkness Wisp because they all unlock from specific stages, and the last Darkness Wisp is actually here in the Clockwork Tower. He's good on money though now for the rest of the run, as long as he doesn't have too terrible of a time here in Clockwork Tower. And this stage can be extremely dangerous because all of the checkpoints are really far out of the way to be grabbing. Runners are going to have to try and get a safety one here or there. But there's also... Go on?
There's also 2 auto-scrollers. And, like, the only feasible checkpoint that's not, like, out of the way is after the first one.
Yeah, I'm debating whether or not I should grab the one before the first one, because it's such a long way from home if you die.
Yeah, I always grab that one. Breadpan finishing up Shield Knight pretty good.
Good stuff.
Have we only had 1 death so far?
I think it was just Brass's death. These are both very high caliber runners here.
And Brass picked up that checkpoint that we were just talking about for the auto-scroller.
Yeah, so the runners of this game, I'm actually extremely shocked here. For the Shovel Knight tournament, it was a lot more beginner-friendly. But this one is full of sharks here. Everyone has under an hour for their PB, and most of the runners have sub 50.
Yeah, it is not an easy tournament at all. Even those of us who aren't sub 50, we can easily, like, if you aren't paying attention to your deaths, you can easily lose to them.
Yeah, it's still extremely easy to die for this character. Death looms everywhere. Ah, Breadpan grabbing that checkpoint. That's actually not a bad checkpoint to grab either. I just don't like puzzles. Another downside to this stage is that there's really no food that you can pick up easily. Ooh, Brass does manage to get over the top there. That's another one of those... Oh man, that was scary. Another one of those missing ceilings. Being crushed is an instant death that you very much can trigger right in that previous room. I've had some very sad runs die there. Brass being careful there. Ooh, yeah, for that reason exactly. The Silver Duck Knight can be used to kind of skip through that room. He does do a full heart damage if he ever manages to hit you with a lunge, and his jumping can be a little unpredictable.
I was kind of hoping to see him skate on that barbershop pole, but I don't blame him for not doing so.
Oh, I don't encourage anyone else to be as insane as I am. Like, if he jumps in that pit of spikes, I'm actually gonna cry.
Come on, do it.
No.
Aww.
No. Don't do it, my boy. It's a trap.
Did you see Munchin do that at GDQ?
He didn't do it at GDQ, but he did do it at a recent marathon in early September. VB dared him to.
Yeah.
But anyway, he's coming up on Tinker Knight. Quite a dangerous little guy. Phase 1, he's going to be dealing quite a lot of damage here. You want to talk about some differences between him here and Shovel?
Okay, so in Shovel he dies in one hit, and in this one he's actually a boss. He also does an entire heart of damage if he runs into you, which is really scary. I don't blame him at all for picking up the health there.
This is like a horrifying joke on the community. On the community of speedrunners. Like, I swear the developers were like, you know what would be really funny? If we made the most joke fight a complete nightmare.
When I was playing casually, I was horrified.
Oh, he just deals so much damage, and now he's got his mech out. This is actually a little bit easier, as long as he... Oh no, don't get knocked down. And he's out of mana now, so he's gonna have to fight to get back up on top of Tinker if he falls off again.
Oh no.
Ooh, he did get a little lucky. Can he get up top? Nice, he is back up there. Every couple hits or so, Tinker is going to be switching sides.
He
needs to
dropped
fight his way
again.
back up again. Oh god! He got hit by a random wrench there, almost fell into a pit.
Oh no! Oh god! Oh my god!
Brass, please! Okay, one hit.
I approve of that basketball hit.
From downtown. I wish that he killed with that.
Yeah, he should not have survived that, honestly.
Okay, breadpan coming up. Let's see how much of the basketball kill he knows. And Brass now has the liberty to go and purchase that final darkness here from Missy. Bless her soul.
He's getting hit pretty bad. Oh no. Don't get hit.
He can take one more hit from a wrench, but that's it, please.
Oh, thank God. And he beat him on the right, too.
That's actually really good, because Tinker walking all the way to the left makes him take longer to be hittable again. He actually has to reach the top of his flight before he can you can start dealing actual damage to him. Nice bounces! Actually, wow! He's getting kind of a New Game Plus kill in there. This is awesome.
That was an amazing fight.
Dang, I am super proud of breadpan. Brass coming up on my favorite security guard. Let's see if he can make it by.
Come on, Paul Blurt.
Ooh,
He made
that
it.
works too. That works too. Right now, Brass is ahead. He has a solid half-stage lead. I would wager.
Got that pretty good book skip. Only possible with the rail mail.
There is a low percent version of book skip that's...
I don't want to talk about it.
Actually, you do have to trigger the book, so it's not even a book skip. It's just the faster way to that room for people who don't like living.
Got trolled by the bomb.
That dinner plate does have RNG bomb or food. I'm not sure if he's gonna break this plate for food. He does.
he did.
Okay. There's a couple damage boosts coming up that deal a full heart of damage, so you want to make sure you're healthy coming up on King.
Breadpan almost just fell into a pit.
I didn't even notice that. Goodness.
Yeah, he rushed too early before the beetle showed up on the screen.
Oh no! Oh, I've done that before.
And Brass is
Resting-
taking this room slow.
Yeah, he's definitely got all the reason in the world to be careful here. And breadpan just using Judgment Rush on Paul Blart.
Has anyone tried fastest books in this race or this tournament?
Fastest that Tolu found is absolutely insane. Please don't ever do it. It's actually a death sentence. Coming up on King now. The Skeleton Sentry would make this fight a lot easier. Unfortunately, this is one of those fights that's a lot trickier because of the Bounding Soul. He's getting some good reflex though. He doesn't manage to kill him before King Fetty. Oh, the shame.
All the cards. I think Breadpan calls those the trumpets of shame.
Ugh. That's how you know your fight took too long.
You know, it didn't even occur to me that he had the card theme until after King of Cards was announced.
I was surprised they went that way, but hey, I'm excited for it. So now with one night stage left,
Ooh, good deboost.
Breadpan showing a surprising mixture of high-level strats here. Now, Stranded Ship is a stage where you would normally first be intended to see the rail mechanic. These rails, however, only let you grind in one direction.
It's a sad time.
Breadpan, please.
Oh god.
Okay, Brass hitting that checkpoint for safety. This is the Bifrost Broodmother mini-boss here. It's possible to one-cycle if you... it's so difficult, though. You have to line your shots up and get every single hit. He does grab that checkpoint as well. And now, Stranded Ship is actually a very mana-intense stage. We're gonna see how many strats he ends up going for.
Yeah, this stage is also really, like, helpful to have the Bounding Soul in, because there's so many spots that you save time by tossing it, like, through the stage.
It's a little bit faster to use than the Skeletal Sentry, although there are some extremely ridiculous ways to use the Sentry to get most of those same skips.
Yeah.
Nice, he got that first shot. Can you get the second one?
Got it.
Good stuff. His mana's a little low right now.
I'm glad he
not to
didn't
use
go for that dry rush.
Yeah. And he should have enough mana for the last rush against the Wisdom. Let's see if he can actually nail that trick too. Judgment Rush is surprisingly not the most free relic to use in the game. There's a lot of moments where using it without knowing, using it without understanding exactly what you're getting yourself into will still net you very little, if any, time save at all. You have to understand where it's gonna put you and what you have to do with that.
Oh, Breadpan scared me.
Please don't get hit by Spearman.
He got hit by Spearman.
What did I just say?
He did that thing where he hit the switch and fell into the spikes, but he managed to rail onto them in time.
Oh god. Can Brass get the skate? He just barely missed it. That's a shame. He's gonna be stuck here a little while longer. Kind of running out of some floor space there.
Okay. I've seen worse Polar Knights.
Oh, Polar Knight can easily get away from you. And then he just starts shovel bagging you.
Breadpan's not even going to try that rush against this Wisdom.
Let's see if he can... Oh, wow, nice. Took out both of those bowmen.
Those guys are really annoying, because if you're like going fast and you don't kill them, there's a chance they'll knock you back up onto one of the top rails.
There's, only some very precise setups can get by without getting hit. Coming up on Tower 1 now for Brass. You want to talk a little bit about our favorite stage?
It's hard. There's also, this is the, culmination of everything this game teaches you. You're going to be using everything you learn. Books, rails, auto-scrollers. Yeah,
the choose your own adventure style of level select that they give you basically has a slightly toned down difficulty throughout all the stages, but then the gamer, the developers decide, oh, well, you have to know everything by now, so we gotta make it a little more challenging. Oh my god! He's gonna miss that first cycle. He's getting clobbered. Stand perfectly still, my dude.
Okay. He made it through okay.
This is fine.
Yeah, he's not going to be taking any more damage until health comes up, so that's good.
Luckily, there is one after this Crusher section, but he does need to make it through without dying!
Okay. Thank you, Brad.
Mana can be a little tight at the beginning. Breadpan actually picked up an extra darkness.
Okay.
This room can be scary. Brass does know the appropriate strat for the room, thank god. and
Yeah,
then
it's
one
very-
more visit.
It's very easy if you know the strat, but if you don't, it's horrifying.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh no!
Brass does make it through the birth room, and Breadpan did have a spill there. I think he took a lava bath?
Yeah, he went to dash attack on that fish without hitting the platform, and just missed his dash attack.
They're still really, really close. This is a very good race.
I just want to say, this is probably my favorite auto-scroller in any game ever.
It's so good. I really love the lanterns. Really make this auto-scroller a lot more enjoyable. You have to be so active to stay alive.
Did you see my swag strat for this room?
Why must you do these things? I think Brass got the early auto-scroller skip too. Oh yeah, he is coming up on Breadpan! He's coming up on nice musical use of curio swapping. He's coming up on Black Knight too.
It's everybody's favorite boss.
This guy is ridiculously difficult. The stun lock that you did on him in the plains is almost impossible. Now you have to somehow manage to do so in the air, with Terrapin constantly swinging around. He's got a slightly weird float arc. Yep, there it is.
Yeah.
If you don't hit him specifically at certain moments with plenty of damage boosting, Black Knight will tend to linger against the wall there.
Yeah, there are certain spots where you have to, like, react in time and go left. Otherwise, you're just gonna miss it.
Ooh, this is dangerous now because most of these attacks will deal full heart damage. And on half a heart left, yep, Black Knight escapes to Terrapin.
Oh, wow!
Ooh, nice!
Everybody, I know it looked like a no-brainer when he had a half a heart left, but that was still super, super lethal.
Yeah, that shot really saved his life there, because once Black Knight gets back up on Terrapin, it's a total mess to try and take him back down.
Yep, and there it is, he just bought the charge mail.
So the Striker's Shawl will do a full heart of damage if you can get the fully charged attack off, but by equipping it, he no longer has access to Rail Mail. He can no longer grind around stages.
Yeah, so he loses access to one small skip in this stage.
You can do it without the Rail Mail, actually.
What, really?
It's not okay. It's not okay. You have to YOLO it. You don't even get to see what you're doing for a pixel jump.
Oh dear.
Yeah. They'll both be coming up on time once they complete this stage. I would wager that if Brass has a clean finish here, a minute or two at most, this could actually PB for him.
Wow. I wonder how Breadpan's doing at Black Knight.
Oh man, my thoughts and prayers go to him right now. But Brass is coming up on Enchantress. She deals a full heart of damage with basically every attack. Only floor fire will deal half a heart. Checkpoint slightly out of the way. Definitely worth grabbing. Can he get the quick kill on her? Not a bad start. Good stuff. Oh, don't go down there. You can use Judgment Rush to actually target her underneath the floor. Not really something beginner friendly. Nice. Just a little bit more. Nah, I would go. Is he gonna go after her?
No, he's probably thinking about what I did last night and changed his mind.
Oh, come on, please. Don't take any more hits. Oh!
Oh,
Okay.
thank God.
It's a little more secure now. He just has to make
Yeah.
it past Nightmare Rees. So at the beginning we were mentioning there's a lot of RNG in this fight. That actually comes strictly down to the rails, which, since that's how you're going to be getting around, that's very important. You want them to be right next to his face, but more often than not, they're going to be like way up in the air. Doing good so far. Using charge mail and basketball shots to stick quite a lot of damage onto Rees. It is possible to kill Rees before he escapes one last time.
Okay, it looks like Breadpan beat Black Knight.
I'm assuming he had a little bit of trouble there.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no, man.
Brass attacked a little bit too early on that last lantern and actually got a downward dash. This is a final moment here for Breadpan to catch up. Another death like that could allow Breadpan to catch up here.
Yeah, and I saw him switch to Judgment Rush to try to save it, but he just didn't have time.
It's really hard to react to that. And every time you get hit by one of those attacks, it sends you to the back of the screen. Ideally, you'll be landing on a rail and slashing in his face there, instead of doing dash attacks because of the recoil and how long it takes to actually continuously bounce off of him.
Oh god, these rails are terrible.
Shoutouts to random gameplay.
Alright.
Okay, 44-48. That actually might be a PB. Let me check. Oh man, Breadpan did not grab the checkpoint. I hope he just one-shots Enchantress here. Oh, that is a PB for Brad. Oh, wait.
No, it's not.
43? No, it's not. I was looking at Breadpan's time. Still, congratulations on the win there.
Breadpan, please.
Yo,
Oh.
sub 45.
Oh, wow.
Good kill.
I am so happy he didn't beat it.
Oh my god, that would have been terrible. Tries to. Ooh, that's good.
Pretty good so far. He's getting much kinder rails than Brass took.
Yo, that was a nice giant giant hunk of meat he just threw at Reese's face. Ideally, you do want to kind of snare all your meatballs together. It really allows you to pile them all in. Just 3 more hits.
He's got it.
Nice. It was like a 46-31 or 30.
I gotta say, for a race, these are both really good times.
Absolutely.
Congratulations to both runners.
Nice showing from both of them. I'm extremely I'm extremely proud of these guys. I can't believe it. Like, I do watch. Oh, Brass, hello.
Hey, Brass.
Yeah, I was on PB phase without the deaths to Nightmare Rees.
Yeah. Good job on the win, though.
Thanks, man.
Congratulations.
There were a couple parts where you're scaring us pretty bad, but I can't remember them offhand.
Tinker Knight
Oh, yeah.
and Nightmare Rees, obviously. Enchantress, probably.
Oh, Breadpan's here as well.
Hey,
Hello.
Brett.
I wonder if his mic is actually on.
How do you feel about the race, Brass?
Considering I've had dumpster fire runs on this new route for the last 2 days, this is a significant improvement and really showing some potential for future PBs on this. So I'm pretty proud of that. Really happy with it.
Yeah, your current PB is with Skeletal Sentry. Is this your best founding soul yet?
So far, yeah, by 3 minutes. Yesterday was a 47. That was literally 11 hours ago.
Wow.
Goodness.
Yeah, get rid of the deaths and we got some good PBs coming in.
Yeah, that was unfortunate against Nightmare Rees. I saw you switching the Judgment Rush, and you just didn't quite have time.
Yeah, his foot must have got onto the death plane.
Usually it's a little more lenient, but it can be extremely hard to react.
I also really like your choice of going for the charge meal, especially in a race.
Yeah, I just feel comfortable with that. It's what I do with Skeletal Sentry. Gives me that nice extra damage in case I can't hit a Bounding Soul on somebody.
I honestly wish it was optimal to do that, because it would make those fights way less stressful.
It's optimal for me.
I'm not allowed to get away with that kind of argument.
Not right now.
I like that Specter of Torment on BrassWolf stream.
Wait, what happened?
When you cut stream, the last thing on the feed was the opening for the credit sequence where it says Specter of Torment, but the window didn't fully open, so it just says Specter of Torment, which is the next incredible game by Yacht Club, surely. This is a teaser. You unlock the secret ending, man.
That's awesome.
That's why he had to cut the stream. All right, I think that's about it.
I can still see it. That's awesome.
We do have more stuff showing up on Speed Gaming at 1 o'clock. A link to the past randomizers on Speed Gaming and Speed Gaming 2. And another one at 2 o'clock on Speed Gaming 3.
I gotta give a shout out to the Links of Bass randomizer. Even if you haven't played it, it's a lot of fun to watch, so I definitely recommend checking it out.
Oh, absolutely. Our boy S Diesel actually does that, as well as JC. Oh, and speaking of JC, that's actually one of the upcoming matches for the Specter of Torment tournament. On Saturday at 4 p.m., you can watch Oddbod versus JC.
I am looking forward to that.
Yeah, it's going to be an exciting race. This tournament's going to be exciting.
So thank you very much for having us. I am Mumu Akai.
I am Eric DLC.
And Brass and Breadpan, thank you so much for your performance. We will be signing out. Stay spooky, everyone.
Have a good one, guys.